Hello, everyone. My name is Himanshu Talwar, and today I'm here with Josh Brant.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic.
And I'm also here with Mario Piacquadio.
That's right. Yeah. Hi. How are you?
Said it right.
I've
Yeah,
been practicing
good
your
job.
name, actually. Before I go to bed, I say it 5 times every night.
5 times every night. Just make sure it's right.
He
Yeah.
dreams of you.
But yeah, as you guys may have noticed, if you've watched the past episodes, I'm bald now, and let's just address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
That's it. That's
See,
all you
the,
need to know.
the school has fried your hair.
And I actually went the other way around. I've been bald my entire life, and now I'm letting my hair grow. So we switched places.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like it used to be like skin tight, but I've let it grow out for the past week, and now I have this disgusting stubble. So I'm not sure what I want to do with it. If I should
So
just
that
grow it
goes
back,
into your beard, it's so that it's thicker and thicker as
Yeah.
it comes down to your beard.
kind of look like Colin Moriarty,
Exactly.
Yeah, there you
the Indian
go
Colin
for your
Moriarty.
role model. Yeah.
That's our known.
Not 311, Colin Moriarty.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, let's just get right into the podcast and start it off with some PlayStation news. Our
That's
first
it.
news, our first piece of news this week is the PlayStation 4.5 slash 4K slash Neo. What are your guys' thoughts about this?
Oh man, is the internet pissed about this one?
Yeah.
You said it best right there.
It
But when
really
isn't
is.
the internet pissed off? Really?
That's right. The internet just every chance they get.
But this
It's a
time they're
ravenous
justified. This time they are justified.
So I'm really
Let's just
interested.
put that
What do
out
you
there.
guys think about it?
Okay. I've sort of mirrored Colin Moriarty on this about, I think it's a really bad idea. I don't think it's generally the concept is terrible, it's just the timing. Like, why don't they invest those people that are working on the 4.5, put them with the PS5 group? And you know they're working on the PS5 right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So
They're
have them
prototyping it. For
make
sure.
the most awesome next gen console that is like, so you can swap out like a hard drive or something and make it more
Yeah,
powerful.
exactly.
Make it upgradable. So they should make the PS5 like totally upgradable. Every 2 years, you just buy this upgrade, take the one part out, pop in the other. I think that would go a long way, because then you're not devising the crowd and making it so, there's a unified platform that you just update your console. Now, with the 4.5, you have people sort of getting the shaft that bought it on launch day, basically.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a better console, and they say that it's more powerful and stuff, and that you can still play the old PS4 games, but if it's better, you want the best thing. So the timing is just bad. But to look on the bright side, with the PS 4.5, since you can now update it, where was I going with this? You can update it, so with the PS4, I lost my train of thought.
That's
Go ahead,
okay.
Mario.
So, I really want to know what Himanshu thinks, because I'm gonna rant a bit. I'm kind of torn. So I really would like to know what you guys think, and then kind of chime in.
Sure. I was going to write something about it, actually, but while I was angrily typing away on my keyboard like a madman, I kind of realized that it doesn't matter as much as I thought it did. And I decided not to write anything, and instead, who was it who wrote something? I don't know. Someone wrote something about it.
And it went
And-
huge.
Yeah, it went pretty big. But yeah, I used to, like 2 weeks ago, think that this was the end of the world. This was gonna do Sony in. And if you actually look at my tweets, I went on a rant a little bit. And while it was, a lot of it was justified. Because I mean, I'm so invested in the Sony brand, right? And what I was worried about more than the PlayStation 4 Neo, than anything else, was if PlayStation fails because of this, and Xbox or Microsoft or even maybe Nintendo now, because now that the NX is so close, if one of them takes the lead, where does that leave us as PlayStation gamers? That's what I was more worried about, and that's what was on my mind. I couldn't care less if someone has a better console than me. I mean, as I mentioned before in one of our earlier podcasts, I've built my own PC, so I'm used to the that kind of ecosystem where not everyone is on a level playing field, and I get it. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal to me, but I don't know. I just feel so invested in the Sony brand that when I see them making such a PR marketing disaster, because it really can't be called anything else. That is what it is. When I see them doing something like this, it just hurts so much, because I thought that this was going to be one of the generations where Sony comes out on top, and it really doesn't feel like that anymore.
Well, they're killing it right now, so
they are.
why even
they are.
do this? Yeah.
They really have come far since the PS3 days. When they started the PS3, it was very bad. Like, the pricing was way off, the online connectivity was way off. PlayStation wasn't in a very good spot, but they improved, and in the end of the generation, I think PS3 outsold 360. And like Josh said, they've killed it so far. So I understand the concern. I really just want to wait and see what they say, because they haven't really said anything about it. It's really rumors. There's no official word yet. So I'm really interested in how they market this, because I'm sort of two minds with this. I agree with Josh that the timing is a little bit off, especially because PlayStation VR is dropping in October. So they're gonna have to market two things. They're gonna ask their fans to spend $800 in 2 months to get the newest PlayStation things. That's kind of weird. They're kind of competing against each other, but I'm also of the mindset that it could be very, very bad, but I can't say it for sure until they really say anything officially. It could be really bad, but they also could play a sort of a listen. This is a thing for the hardcore PlayStation people, the people that bought the PlayStation day one, the people that made the PlayStation.
It's a further luxury item.
It's a luxury item for hardcore PlayStation fans. If you
know what, I don't think they can say that, because we're hardcore PlayStation gamers,
yeah.
And quite frankly, I don't want to fucking buy it. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to spend $450.
I regained my thought process because I was in your rage state, Himanshu. But you know how they update halfway through a Sony console? They always degrade it, don't degrade it, but make it so it's smaller
and cheaper,
more accessible, cheaper. I think they're trying this. They're not making this cheaper, but I think they're trying the same concept. But just
I think
upgrade.
What they're gonna do is release this at $400 and make the original PS4 way cheaper, like $199, and say, here's the PlayStation 4 if you want it. If you wanted something that plays your game a little bit better, here's the Neo.
Right, and maybe they have the money to just sell these at $1 a piece, each console, and make the money back. So, like I said, I wish that they were going more the route, just make a slim PS4.
Yeah.
No.
Like I said, I'm kind of middle on the road with this, because especially it kind of comes in a good moment for me. With the Giant Bomb article that basically brought this out a lot to light recently, said that Sony, every PlayStation game from October on had to have a Neo mode. So it's sort of speculated that it might drop on October. It makes sense. And for me, it's good because I bought my PlayStation 4 day one, and it's kind of a little bit rough around the edges. It's starting to deteriorate because it's a launch PS4. So I have to replace it. And if there's a console that runs a little bit smoother, runs my games a little bit better, I might get that.
Yeah, but not all of us have expendable incomes.
That's it. Yeah, that's
if I'm going between a PlayStation VR or a 4.5, I want
gamers
VR.
will have it tough. Gamers
Yeah.
are gonna have it tough this fall because you assume the NX might drop around fall.
Yeah.
The PlayStation VR, which is $400, and maybe the Neo, which seems to be $400 too. So it's gonna really have to be choose. I think
Yep.
if I have to choose between a Neo and a PlayStation VR, I might get the VR, but I'm still not sure. It's a weird
Yeah,
time.
it's just.
I think
yeah.
I think what a lot of people are discounting is the fact there's PSVR, there's PS Neo, but there's also a third option that a
The
lot
NX.
of people don't talk about, and it's not the NX. The NX isn't even an option for me.
Oh wow!
You didn't say that, Nintendo fans.
Calling out Nintendo enthusiasts right now.
Oh yeah.
No, but
They're our big brother.
PSVR was supposed to be the affordable solution for the people who want VR in their homes. And if we say that, okay, PlayStation Neo is for PlayStation VR. That's why they're releasing it. And quite frankly, that's probably why they are releasing it. And I don't think there is an argument against that, considering the fact that PSVR's codename is Morpheus and PS4.5K's codename is Neo.
Putting that Matrix in there, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we assume that one is built for the other, then we also have to take into account that now the price is doubled for PSVR. PSVR is now $900 or $800 instead of $400. And then there's more contenders on the field because we have Oculus Rift and then we have HTC Vive, right? Because those are both hovering around that price point as well. And quite frankly, if it comes down to PSVR versus HTC Vive, which I've used HTC Vive, and that thing is fucking awesome. It's like beyond anything you could ever imagine. Like you can walk around inside of the world. You can't do that on PSVR. So if it comes down to an $800 or $900 PSVR versus a $950 HTC Vive, I think it's pretty clear what most people are going to go with.
But you have to keep in mind that to be able to run a PSVR, you need to spend a lot of money on a hard PC. You can't buy a $500 PC. It needs to be a good PC that is able to run VR. But that's a big issue.
Remember earlier in the conversation you mentioned the fact that PS Neo is for hardcore PlayStation gamers.
That's true, yeah.
And hardcore gamers generally have more than one console. And they're probably going to have a PC that's at least comparable to run something in VR, right? So you throw another graphics card in there,
for me.
And it gets really, really tough. I mean, sure, there are people like Josh who don't have a PC. But then there are equally as many people like me. There are equally as many people like me who have both. And when confronted with the option of HTC Vive versus PSVR, and they're both around the same price, you know what? I think the option is pretty clear there.
Yeah.
And they're shooting themselves in the foot like this.
I'm not really sure if I'm positive. I'm 100% positive that you can play PlayStation VR fine with a regular PlayStation 4, at least for the moment.
Right,
for the launch titles. Maybe in 2 or 5 years, maybe it's a little bit choppy on the PlayStation 4, on whatever it is. But I'm positive that for right now you don't need PS Neo to run VR. Maybe you don't need the little processing unit with the Neo, but I'm positive you can play VR games on PlayStation 4 because
So just to counter that argument, I don't know if you recall was it Ars Technica that wrote the article about how PSVR is comparable to a Oculus headset because of 20% of Sony's magical sauce.
yeah.
What if PS4.5 is that magical sauce? Now it's all kind of starting to come together. And this is why I was talking earlier about the code names, is that it's all really starting to come together. And now we see,
Trinity?
okay, that 20% magic whatever that they were talking about before, that's probably PS4.5. And that means that they want us, or they expect us to buy that in order to have a comparable experience compared to the other units. And this has been said many times before, but VR is something that you really can't use unless it's absolutely perfect. If it's not running at 90 hertz, it makes you feel motion sick, and it's just not usable. I mean, I went to Level Up, which was a game developer conference for students, and there were some people who made games for VR, for Oculus, and for no, it was only for Oculus. And there was one game that I was playing. It was called Cakewalk, and it wasn't running too well. I think it was probably hovering around somewhere around 60 hertz for each eye, and it really made me sick. Like, I could play it for 5 minutes and then I had to take the headset off. Like, I'm like, I can't do this. So if we take that into account and we say, okay, well, you know, the PS4 has to be really powerful to run this thing, I don't think there is an option for people. I don't think you can play PSVR with a PS4.
I think that's where the processing unit thing comes in. Like, because from what I understand, Sony has said that the PlayStation 4 itself can't run VR games, but the processing unit adds that little bit of extra juice.
I'm pretty sure, wasn't it Polygon or Kotaku who said that the box doesn't do anything for processing? There's nothing in there.
What Sony needs to do, they need to come out at E3 and just lay us with the facts. Let us come straight with us.
That's the thing, exactly.
If it's not going to work with the PlayStation 4, don't try to jumble around this, you know. Make it adamant that you can run PSVR with a PS4. That's going to work no matter what.
And that's the thing. That's the thing.
But like
with the yeah, sorry about
No, I'm sorry. I was like Himanshu said. You know, you need the specs, 90 hertz. So
yeah,
if they're already worried about that, they just need to come out and say, okay, you really need a 4.5 to play this, which would really hurt Sony in the long run.
Yeah, that's idiotic. I don't think they would do that.
If
they do that, no, I don't think so. They've been really smart lately. I doubt they go.
Yeah.
If they do that, that's suicide. But that's the thing.
But have they been really smart? This is the same company that made PSP Go. I don't think we can put it past that.
Yeah, that's true.
But they've been smart for a while, so
yeah,
but
lately they've been really smart. Ever since the PlayStation 4 announcement, they've hit home run after home run after home run.
Well, Xbox sort of dug their own grave with how they released Xbox One, but still, yeah.
What my final point here is, this is still mostly speculation. Like, we really don't know what this is. We have some idea, but we really don't know what Sony's idea is. What Sony's vision are. Maybe after E3 we go out and say, wow, this is really forward thinking of them. This is actually kind of smart. Who knows? We really don't know anything. Like Josh said, I want to Sony to hit us with the facts. Let us know what it is. Let us know their vision. I want to know what developers think of it. I want to know what Sony says of it. And after that, I think we can form various opinions. But from now, that's why I'm middle of the road with it, because it's mostly speculation from our part.
Yeah. Himanshu, I didn't really think about your putting together Morpheus and Neo, though. That's pretty clever, because
It is.
they
It actually
could be,
is.
they
I
could
didn't
be
think of
on. This could mean deeper things that could be troublesome for Sony. And you got me thinking now. Are they in trouble?
Yeah. So I mean, I want to leave it off with at least this conversation with the final thought that I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we want Sony to succeed. We don't want them to fuck up. So
No,
I mean,
we don't.
if you hear like, these things coming out of our mouths and from our fingers when we type, it's really because we're worried. We're like the worried parent. We're like, please don't make a bad decision. Don't drop out of college. Don't
do
drop
a
out of
Wii
college.
U,
Just don't do
please.
it.
Please don't do drugs.
Just don't do
Please
it.
don't do drugs.
But yeah, I think that's where we're coming from, and like we really want them to succeed. And right now, it's kind of looking a little bit dubious.
I want to see what they do. I'm
Remember-
like I said, I'm middle of the road with it. I want to see what they think, and after that, I'll see.
Try to remain optimistic.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now that 20-minute topic is over, let's move on to the next piece of news. The Golden Week sale is up. Today is Tuesday,
The
April 26th.
My
And
birthday
this
is tomorrow.
Ah,
Yeah,
happy
This
birthday.
will probably... Oh,
Thank you.
I didn't even register what you said. Happy birthday, dude.
Thanks.
If the PSN had an option to gift people stuff, I would probably gift you something, but they don't.
They don't.
Hey,
So-
write that in the forums.
From the heart.
Add it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Add it to the list of features that are going to be on the PS4.5.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now on the
Upgradable.
PS4.5.
You can change your name and you can gift people stuff.
Can you imagine if they went out with the PS4.5? You can change your name. Oh god.
Oh, only with the PS 4.5 though. that would be terrible.
I'd probably murder somebody over there at Sony.
Someone
Anyway.
would die.
Anyway,
Yeah, somebody
Uh,
has to die.
this week the Golden Week sale is up. Golden Week is this special week in Japan where they do things and they celebrate stuff that I have no idea about. But what I do know is that every year Sony puts up this sale and we save a lot of games on a bunch of Japanese stuff. So I compiled this tiny little list for you because I know you like lists, and we're just gonna run right through it and tell you about all the games you should buy this week. The first game is Gravity Rush at 40% off. This is Gravity Rush Remastered, rather. One-chan Bara Z2 is 60% off. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist is 40% off. Hatoful Boyfriend and Hatoful Boyfriend Holiday Star, which you gotta get those.
Let those doves
Gotta
make
get it.
love there, man. that's my
I have
forte.
Hatoful Boyfriend 100%.
Never played it. Never will.
Omega
Don't
Quintet is 75% off. Catherine is 75%
Now
off.
that's
Yakuza
jump
5.
on that, Catherine.
Get that. If you
Yeah.
haven't played it, get it. It's fantastic.
Yakuza 5, Suikoden, and Suikoden 2 are $3 each.
Suikoden 2.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night is 40% off, and
I'm gonna get that. Get that.
And as Brett would say, get it.
Yeah.
Famous
Amnesia-
bread quote.
Yeah, that's a famous Brett quote right there.
Yeah.
Amnesia Memories is 50% off. Hyperdimension Neptunia is 70% off. Wait, no, this is Hyperdimension Neptunia Action U is 70% off, which is a pretty decent game. Senran Kagura Bon Appetit is 50% off. That's a fucking garbage game. Don't buy that one.
This is coming from a big fan.
Yeah. It's a rhythm game spin-off, but it's not even like comparable to any other rhythm games, and the music in Senran Kagura is not that great. So I don't really know what they were thinking. It's just like fan service. So if you like fan service, buy it. If you don't, then don't. Super Beat Sonic is 50% off. That's a really good game. I reviewed it. You can check out my review on PlayStationEnthusiast.com. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Generation is 70% off. I don't know. The Hyperdimension Neptunia games are fine. If you need a JRPG to hold you over until summer when all of the JRPGs are coming out, then it should be good. But yeah. The last game is Digimon Cyber Sleuth at 40% off, and this is a really big game. A lot of people liked it. If you like Digimon and like Pokemon actually, yeah, then go buy that, because I know a ton of people like that game.
Nice.
That's it.
I did
Plus, there's a flash sale going on with a bunch of games on every system.
Yeah.
So
Check
jump on
on
that too.
Every week there's a good sale. There's something good that's on sale, pretty
Yeah.
much. PlayStation's gotten really good with having sales.
They've gotten really good. They've gotten Steam-like
Yeah.
with their sales.
Good job,
Yeah,
Sony.
Good job.
The next piece of news that we have is the Red Dead news, and now I will leave this conversation to you two because I haven't played Red Dead and I don't care for it at all.
Manchu, you need
Wow,
to get off
okay.
this line right now.
Yeah, goodbye.
One.
I'll take it from
Yeah.
here. Goodbye, sir.
Wait, I'm just gonna say one more thing. Rockstar as a developer is way overrated.
Oh
just
my
ridiculously
God.
overrated.
Mario, what are we doing?
But you guys can take the conversation now.
Yeah, I think we should vote to get Himanshu out of the podcast.
Good.
We should have a vote.
No.
So, yeah,
So, what do you have to say about the Red Dead Redemption news?
Oh, well, let's get to the facts. A new Red Dead Redemption map has leaked for a sequel. It's supposed to be a prequel to the original game. Kind of obvious if you haven't played the first one. But it's kind of obvious that it should be a prequel. The map is bigger.
Isn't it?
There's a lot of places from the
there's a lot of
previous
right,
game.
There's a lot of places, and I don't think there's any railroad tracks this time. Like it's because it's pre.
I don't think so either. Yeah. Exactly.
Which is pretty
it's
cool.
previous.
I like that.
So
going back to more of an old style, than early 1900s.
even older. Yeah. That sounds awesome. Yeah. We don't know who you're gonna play as. We have no idea. What we know is that it takes place on similar places, and it's a prequel. That's about it.
Right.
But exciting stuff.
It gives you a hint that this is what Rockstar's going to work on next, and this is exactly what I want. Another Red Dead game. I'm ready.
So do I.
So ready.
I really want Red Dead.
That's probably my favorite
Red Dead
game
and Bully
by Rockstar.
Red Dead and Bully are probably two of my favorite Rockstar games. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for a new Red Dead. It's exciting. I hope they give a word on E3, maybe through Sony or something like that. They don't really have an E3 presence usually, but I hope on this PlayStation conference maybe there's an announcement, or on any conference really. I just want to see that game, and I think everybody shares that thought.
Yeah. If it's gonna be anything, it's gonna be Red Dead. If they show any, they're not ready for Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't think yet.
No, yeah. Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna drop in like 4 years.
They're just
like they
incubating
did
on
with
5
GTA
still.
5. Yeah. And it works for them. They sold GTA 5 like crazy because they held on to it. So yeah, GTA is a long way to go, but in between we're gonna get a new Red Dead game, and that's awesome for me.
Awesome. Well, Himanshu, come join us again. We love you.
That was Red Dead
Rejoin the
talk.
table. Yeah, this next piece of news that we have, I can actually speak. Here's the new roundup called "It Came from Japan."
Came from
These are a bunch of
Japan.
release dates.
This is your Japanese section of the podcast.
This is called
So,
the PlayStation
there were
Japanese podcast now.
Yeah, that's the one.
There were a bunch of release dates released over the past week and a half, and here they are. Grand Kingdom, which is a something, I think it's like a strategy RPG. I've played like one match of it so far.
It is a something. That's a good part.
It is definitely a something.
It's
published
a something.
by NIS America.
Yeah.
It's coming out on June 21st. Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness is coming out on June 28th. I Am Setsuna, also known as Project Setsuna, is coming out.
Sorry.
No. So
It's coming out July 19th. That's a pretty big game. That's a return to form for Square Enix in terms of traditional RPGs. So if you like old-ass RPGs like Suikoden, you're going to like Setsuna. And following that, Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark Force is coming out on July 26th. That's a game that was released on PS3 a bit late in the life cycle, so not a lot of people played it. It is by Idea Factory, if I remember correctly, and it's not very good. But yeah, it's getting remastered and it's coming out, so enjoy that if you want. And then a big game, God Eater Resurrection, God Eater 2 Rage Burst are coming out via Sega on PS4 and PS Vita on oh my god, hold on.
On a date.
They will be coming out. I've never played God Eater, so
Yeah.
I cannot help you.
there is gonna be a date when the games come out.
I'm just gonna check really quick.
Doesn't it say 8:30? August 30th?
Yes, it is August 30th. You are correct. I don't know why that's cut off on my screen.
So August 30th.
August 30th, and if you buy God Eater 2 Rage Burst, you get God Eater Resurrection for free, and that's a game that we've been wanting in the West for a very long time. It's very similar to games like Monster Hunter, so if you like that and you want to get games to play on your Vita or your PS4, then you should play those. And then the last one is Psycho Pass, coming out in September on the 13th.
Cool.
And that's a visual novel based on the anime Psycho Pass, as you might have guessed. And apparently it's good. It was a Xbox 360 exclusive for a very long time. And now... Oh, wait. Xbox 360 or Xbox One? I'm not sure. One of the Xboxes. It was an exclusive to that system in Japan. And now it's coming everywhere. So enjoy it.
Hit it.
That's really strange because Microsoft doesn't sell in Japan. That's really strange.
Lost
Yeah.
Odyssey was a good
I know,
game.
it's weird.
And Blue Dragon, was it? They really tried to hit the
Blue
Japanese market hard, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, they did not do well. They do not do well in Japan.
I wonder why.
So, yeah. It's just too American.
Cool. So, yeah. Japanese games are fun. And if you like Japanese games, there's a lot to look forward to this summer and fall.
Yeah.
And that's not even mentioning the fact that Persona 5 is rumored to come out in September,
Segue.
as is Final Fantasy 15.
Oh god.
And
Can't wait.
Persona 5, when will it come out? Mario, please tell me. Do you know
I
the
really
future?
want to know. There's a countdown on the official site right now, set to finish on May 5th at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time, with a live stream that we presume is gonna announce the release date of the game, which I'm very excited about.
What if they just come on stage and say, "Thank you all for being very excited for Persona 5. Here's a new trailer," and then they just bounce.
Bye.
This is all you need.
I will burn.
That's it.
I will burn something if that's what
First
happens.
we'll kill somebody, now you're gonna burn something.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. Please, police department, don't check this. No, they have to announce a release date because it's set to release this year, and I think it will release this year. And they haven't said anything just to keep.
I have
the
another
high
scenario
tension.
for you. Another scenario that's probably a lot more likely. What if they say it's coming out in December in Japan only, and then sometime next year, it'll come to the West? What would you do then?
We
Let's
hear
see,
about this killing
if
spree
I would-
happening wherever you live at,
Yeah.
Mario.
I already set something on fire. I already killed somebody. What will I do? That's a good
You
question.
will do
I had to
something
think
so
on that.
heinous that
Something bad. Something
the
bad.
world will never forgive you.
And then I have a third question. I have a third question. What's worse for you? If it comes out in Japan only for now, or if it comes out at a delayed time, so like January 2017?
Japan only, because I'd be so jealous. I don't want. If I can't play that game at the same time with anybody else, nobody should play that game.
Great sentiment there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, but
Alright.
it's really exciting. I think they're gonna pull sort of like a Fallout 4, except it's not a surprise, but I think they're gonna come out and say, hey, this is the release date in 5 or 4 months, something like that, and that's a game.
Persona 5 is as big as anything they release in America now from Japan. So I'm pretty sure
Persona 5 is gonna be
I'm pretty
huge.
sure it's gonna be both areas at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be huge over here because ever since, which is weird because the Vita doesn't have that many people playing it, but ever since Persona 4 Golden came out, there's been a lot of talk in the industry about Persona and how good it is, and people know what Persona is. When they see that Persona 5 is dropping on October, for example, they're gonna think, oh, I've heard Persona, I've heard it's great, let me give it a try. And I think it's gonna do really
in
good.
all honesty, it's better than Final Fantasy now, in my opinion. Pretty much after the debacle that's Final Fantasy 13 and all the sequels they had to
Okay.
that.
Okay, Josh.
I'll stop there.
Let's relax.
We won't go there. Final Fantasy 15's on the
but yeah,
horizon.
I will-
There's room for redemption.
Yeah, they're probably gonna compete against each other.
Oh yeah,
It's very likely.
I think that's the main
I'll
goal.
Even though they're
respectfully-
very
respectfully
different.
disagree with
They're
you.
different games.
The best games ever of all time.
I do like Lightning. I will say
Of
that.
all time.
Man,
Wow.
come on now, man. You can't be serious about that. Of all.
No,
Okay.
I'm not serious. But they're good. They're
Okay.
not bad.
Okay, good.
Hey,
Good.
hey, we all.
They are
Hey,
good
we
games.
all have our preferences.
There are good games 40 hours in.
Yeah, for example, you guys like bad games in terms of anything that Rockstar releases. So I'm
Bad
allowed
games.
to like
Oh,
these.
wow. Oh, wow.
I'm not that. Hey, I'm
Okay.
not into Grand Theft Auto as much, but Red Dead Redemption. Blam.
I played GTA 5. I really enjoyed it. I played it on PS4, yeah. And I enjoyed my time with it. I played the campaign. I thought the campaign was brilliant. The story was really good. But after that, after I finished it, it's not like I've been playing GTA Online. But I like Rockstar's work. I really like, especially if you're bored, GTA and Rockstar in general, Rockstar games, they're really goofy and silly, and it's good to just
get out there and shoot
do
stuff.
crazy
Just
shit.
shoot stuff.
Yeah, shoot things and do crazy stuff. It's fun. I like Rockstar games.
You know those Facebook.
No.
You know those Facebook posts that are like controversial opinion, and then they do something. Here's my controversial opinion.
Oh, God.
The best GTA game is GTA Chinatown.
That is a good game.
That's my controversial.
I like
opinion.
Chinatown.
It's
Yeah.
a good.
Or you
good,
could just
but-
play Final Fantasy
but
13
I wouldn't call it
and
the best game.
watch hours of cutscenes that don't make sense. No, okay, I'm dumb. Let's move on. We're getting off track here.
Let's move on. What
Alright.
what have we been playing?
Wait, no, we missed something.
Oh, no.
The new
Oh,
releases.
we missed.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
new releases. That's right. Okay,
So-
new releases. Can I take some of these games?
Yes. Do you have
Okay.
the link?
So there's two games that dropped today on the 26th. Alienation by Housemarque Studios, which is the same team that did Stardust, Super Stardust, and Resogun. They're a really talented developer. They do great games. They do really fun gameplay loops. And Alienation, for those of you who have played Dead Nation before, it's a spiritual successor. Instead of fighting zombies, it's from a top-down perspective. Instead of shooting zombies, you
Aliens,
shoot
imagine
aliens. There's a little bit of yeah. There's a little bit of more upgrading than in Dead Nation, even though it was there. I love Dead Nation. It's supposed to be a little bit more dynamic, have some deeper systems. I will buy it tonight and I will play it, and I'm positive it's going to be really good. I really like Housemarque's work. I think they do great work.
Yeah.
I am addicted to all of their games. I played Resogun constantly, and I still play Super Stardust.
They just make
all the
good
time.
games. Period. They gameplay wise,
They
they're
just
the
made
masters.
yeah,
Pretty much.
they're masters. Yeah, they're masters of gameplay for sure. They're great. They're fantastic. And the other game from also very talented developers is Severed on Vita. And Severed
Drinkbox.
deserves a very special. Yeah, it's Drinkbox Software, the same guys who did Up Love. What's the
A
title
Tale
of
of
the
a
game?
Mutant
Awesome
Blob
game.
or something like that.
Yeah, Tales of
Yeah.
a Blob or something like that.
Blob.
It's really good. And Guacamelee, which is
Mhm.
fantastic. They're the same guys, and they deserve a special shout out because it's 2016 and they did a Vita exclusive. You can only play this game on
now.
your Vita, and for now, it probably will drop
Yeah.
on on PlayStation 4 maybe,
Yeah, I
but
could
Coming
see
for
to
now,
iOS.
to iOS, yeah, but it's a Vita exclusive nonetheless, and that's something that doesn't happen too often. And I think it's really important for PlayStation fans to buy this
It's
game,
not
to get
very
this game, to
expensive.
support people who do this.
For-
It's not expensive. It's $15, and if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber,
10%
it's
off.
$13 and something. Yeah, 10% off. And I think PlayStation fans should buy it. People who have a Vita, because there's not that many Vita exclusives. That's what people say they want, and if one comes out, we should support it and show developers that if they put hard work, the hardcore Vita fan base are gonna buy their games. Now, I bought it earlier today, and I've been playing it. I'm the only one here that has played it. I've played it for about 3 or 4 hours, and it's really good. If you don't know, it's a first-person dungeon crawling RPG. That originally kind of turned me off because I don't really play those types of game, and it's touch combat. You do combat with the touchscreen, which sounds weird and doesn't sound good. Sounds like a weird, not that good title. On paper, I shouldn't like this game, but it's really good. It really is very good. It's very atmospheric. It's weird. It's kind of a Metroidvania too in some way. Like, there's a lot of backtracking. The combat is really fun. It's smart too. You have to slash and sever the enemy's limbs, and you upgrade yourself. You chop off monsters' arms, and those work as currency to upgrade yourself. And when you fight a boss, you take off a part of their body and put it on, and that gives you an ability. And it's really fun. It's really smart. The game design, the enemy designs are fun. It's really fun to take them down. like I said, I've just played like 4 hours of it, 4 or 3 hours, and I can't stop thinking about it. I'm here and I'm thinking I want to get back to it, and that's a good sign. And like I said, I think Vita fans should support this game and show developers that it's worth it to put a Vita title
With that
out there.
ringing endorsement, buy it.
That's it.
But there are more games that came out this week, so let's just run through them super quickly. Arcade Archives Kids Horror Daikusen. No idea what that is.
That title, it's oh god.
Wonderful.
So that's a thing that happened. Thank you, Arcade Archives. The next
Thank you
game
for that.
is Battle Worlds Chronos. And Brick Breaker, which is obviously one of the best games of all time. Don Bradman Cricket. Jetpack Joyride on PS4.
That's weird. I thought that released already.
Yeah, I have no idea how.
It's on
that's-
I think
whatever.
it released on Vita. and now
PS3,
it's
Vita,
on
now PS4.
yeah.
Why would you play it on PS4?
Exactly.
Who knows?
With that cricket
Yeah.
game, don't
Yes.
you want to
Yes.
play that
Oh
cricket?
man,
Oh,
I really like the first thing I did this morning was I woke up and I spent $60 on Don Bradman Cricket. That's
Full
what I
price
did.
title
that's a
right
good
there.
way to
yes.
spend your money.
Yep.
Yeah, that's AAA game. One of the big ones.
The next game is Party Hard.
I'm going
which
to
is
review
a
that.
game
Yeah.
that was on Steam earlier. Well, we're getting a review. Breaking
Getting
news.
a review.
Josh is gonna
Yes.
review it.
Getting a review.
Look out for that.
Oh yeah.
Rocket Birds 2 Evolution Americas. So if you like America,
America.
that's cross by with Vita.
America.
The Magic Circle Golden Edition, and the Sun and Moon, which is also cross by with Vita. Sun and Moon looks interesting. It kind of looks like N++, so if you like that game, check it out. And then on PS Vita, we have Severed, as mentioned earlier, and Stranger of Sword City, which is also a PS Vita exclusive. So if you like Japanese games and PS Vita
I'll also get
exclusives,
that
check it out. But yeah, those guys over at NIS America, man, they just... NIS America and Idea Factory release so many
just crank
goddamn
them
Vita
out.
games. I honestly think it's like 70% of the Vita titles are probably from
I wouldn't be
NIS America and
surprised.
Idea Factory.
Honestly.
Yeah, that seems right.
But yeah, those are the games coming out this
Boom.
week.
Bye, Severed.
Yeah,
Bye, Severed,
by
everybody.
Severed.
Okay, so what have you guys been playing?
Who goes first?
What have I been playing? So I'll go first because my list is fairly short. Actually, no, it's not short. Okay, I'll go last because I'm controversial.
Uh-oh. Mario
Oh,
hit
no.
it.
Oh no. Oh no. I've been playing Ratchet and Clank on PS4. I've been taking my time with it. I play on short sessions. It's a really good game. It's really fun. I like it a lot. It's just really good. And like I said, I've been playing that and Severed, and that's mostly it, really. But those two games are phenomenal. I'm gonna get Alienation today. I'm gonna start playing it. And that's about it. What about you, Josh?
Well, there's this little title that came out last week, Dark Souls 3, if I may presume.
Oh, what's that?
It's an
Is that
It's a
new
little
indie- that's a new
indie
indie
title.
from
studio, right?
software
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, I think 2 people
Just
did it,
2.
right?
Yeah.
Just
in
2
their
people,
bathroom
that's the entire team?
stall. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, make it so it's
In
so
their
hard they
bathroom,
just had to
Christ.
crap on it. You know, but I've been playing
Exactly.
that. It's our game of the week or game of the podcast. This episode's podcast. So I'm sure I'll gush more about it. Yes.
Game of the bye week.
So I'll save that for later.
Although, I think we're starting to do the show weekly now.
Oh right, yeah. So game
okay.
of the week.
Yeah,
Game of the
Game
week.
of the week.
First one, Dark Souls 3. Boom.
Yeah.
But I'll talk more about that later.
Dark
But
Souls 3.
man, there's been so much I've been playing. I missed the last show, but I played many indie titles like an Epic, which that's going to be our obscure title of this week's episode too. I played Enter the Gungeon, reviewed that. That was great. Koi, the first Chinese developed game actually for the PS4.
Applause for them.
And it was okay. Yeah, I'm happy for them. It's good that they got their feet wet with this. It wasn't overall a great title, but hopefully they'll get the hang of things and keep pumping them out. And let's see, I play MLB 16 The Show. I played that earlier, like 2 weeks ago when I was on the show. That's just a great baseball game. It's the best in the MLB Show series by far. It's just easier to play. And if you were turned off by the sim-related aspect of baseball, you should play it because it's a lot more fun now. And, oh my gosh, there's so much. Yeah. But, yeah, Dark Souls 3 really has consumed my soul. Yeah. So, I'll get back to that.
I've also played Rocket League, but I'm not even going to mention that because that's kind of a daily thing. So, it's kind of... I always play Rocket League.
Who doesn't always play Rocket League? That's the quintessential game.
Yeah, I'm all the time, constantly. I'm playing Rocket League right now. That's what you don't know.
In your mind, yes.
Right now. Yeah, I'm winning.
But yeah, I didn't have too much time this past 2 weeks because of exams and stuff like that. But I did manage to squeeze in a few games here and there. I've been playing Bloodborne, as per the request of many.
In particular, yes.
And
in particular, Josh.
And shout out to Giorgio Cafera. He, I honestly don't know if... Oh, and also shout out to Tragic Travesty. The three of you guys are like the three Dark Souls pillars in my life.
Pillars of souls.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good game.
Yeah, exactly. I should design that game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've been playing that, and I've been playing Senran Kagura Estival Versus. Look out for a review for that very, very soon. Probably in the coming day. It
must be a long game. You've had that for a while.
It's an awfully... I think I put about 55 hours into it. So
wow.
Somewhere around there. And I haven't 100% of the game yet. But yeah, look out for a review for that. And what else? Okay, yeah. Now for the controversial part. I know this is a PlayStation podcast, but I've been playing a few games on my Touch mobile device. I've been playing...
That's a touchy subject.
Yeah, exactly. All pun intended.
Pun intended, absolutely.
I've been playing Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, which is a very interesting game. There. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, I've heard good things about it. Is it good?
It's very good, and what I realized over this past 2 weeks is that Square Enix is by far the best mobile developer of all time. Like, they do not at all whatsoever, like, screw you over with, like, hey, buy these gems, or, like, buy
the
this shit.
games are already, like, what, $20 to buy brand new? They're expensive.
No, but even their free-to-play games...
Kingdom Hearts is free-to-play, right?
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is free-to-play, and I've spent $0 on it, and I'm having a great time with it. And
and one of the... This is a PlayStation podcast, I know, but if I'm right, I think I am. Square Enix does a lot of titles with DNA, the same company that's gonna do mobile games for Nintendo.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah.
Just riffing off that, I've also been playing Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I started a lot lot of mobile games.
Are you just like in class?
I don't know why.
Playing on your phone
but I've been. No, I mostly it's like I'm writing for my classes, so like in between paragraphs I'll just like pick it up and do like one raid and put it on auto and then just keep writing. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of mobile games, and Final Fantasy Record Keeper, again, a Square Enix game where they don't ask you to spend money and you don't feel like you need to spend money, and like it's all very honest work, and I appreciate that.
That's good. That's fantastic.
Now a game that's not by Square Enix is Brave Frontier, and the reason I've been playing this game is because they're doing a crossover event with Hatsune Miku Expo. And so she's in the game, and so I had to get her. I don't
For those of you who don't know, Himanshu for those of you who don't know, Himanshu is basically Hatsune Miku's biggest
like
fanboy.
Your bitch right there.
Like,
yeah.
huge.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
He has. If you go into
like,
his room, you
he's
just
fan
see
number one.
walls covered.
It's just all blue.
You'll
like,
probably,
blue everywhere.
you'll probably see a
plushies, dolls.
I wouldn't
He's
be
just
surprised.
diving into it every night.
Yeah, it's the Hatsune
Shrine,
Miku
if you will.
section of her room. Yeah, the shrine.
Right on. But yeah, so I don't give a shit about the game. I just had to get Hatsune Miku. Now that I have her all maxed out in level, and I don't really care about the game anymore.
And you're done with it.
Yeah.
You just came for Hatsune.
And then lastly, there's Miitomo, which is not a game.
I downloaded it and never opened it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's kind of weird. This is a game that surprisingly makes you feel like you need to spend money, unlike the Square Enix games, which I found really interesting because Record Keeper and Miitomo are both made by DNA, but Miitomo is like blatantly give us your money, whereas Record Keeper is like, hey, just play the game and do what you want, and you don't have to spend money pretty much ever. But yeah, Miitomo is like, you don't really do anything. You just it's like Microsoft Xbox Live.
The Avatar.
Yeah, you
avatars.
answer questions.
It's like that.
It's that, right? And there's sort of a pachinko game.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
where most of the money comes from.
Japanese
There's like a
and
pachinko game, and you
yeah.
answer questions. And you can... The thing that has really boomed about Miitomo is Mi Photo, I think it's called. Like, you can sort of... It's like a photo editor with Miis, and apparently it's pretty deep, and people use it all the time.
Yeah,
all the
so
time I
those are
see it
those
in my Twitter feed and stuff like
I'll
that.
I'll insert a picture right here. Right here, you're seeing a picture that I put on Instagram, and it's pretty funny, and it has my Mi guy in it, and that's pretty much all you do in Miitomo. So yeah,
And that's pretty much it.
But yeah, Miitomo is interesting. I don't recommend it.
It doesn't come with the
But
seal of
it's a
approval.
thing. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a thing that exists.
Honestly, I wish it did, but it doesn't. I don't think it's
we'll have to
official,
wait
actually.
until Nintendo... I think this is sort of a test of the market and not really a game. It's more of a social media kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what they do with their games. What IP will they use? I'm really interested to see.
Hopefully Pokemon Go comes out really soon.
Yeah, Pokemon Go sounds great.
Yeah, I want that. That's going to be interesting.
That is, yeah.
Anyway, those are the games that we've been playing, and as mentioned a little bit earlier, the game of the week is
Dark Souls 3.
Josh?
You want to talk about... Okay, I'll go right into it.
That?
This is the first game I reviewed that I gave a 10 out of 10 to. And here's why. It takes the best parts of Bloodborne, which was my game of the year last year, and I'm pretty sure Dark Souls 3 will end up as my game of the year this year due to the fact that it's already better than Bloodborne. But it takes the best aspects of Bloodborne.
But how about that Uncharted?
Yeah, I gotta hold my
Uncharted.
breath for that. But it takes the best parts from Bloodborne and best parts from the Dark Souls series in general. It melds everything together, expands the combat. It's faster now. So first of all, you can still prod around. I like using the shield. So that's one thing about Bloodborne that was missing for me. I like analyzing attack patterns and not just going in, guns blazing, slicing things up. This one goes back to that style of just wait. You can have your shield up, block, parry, whatever. And it took me back to that nice combat ecstasy that I wanted. And the environments, it's a shorter game, but the environments are more distilled so that there's more to do as you're playing. So therefore, there's more enemies, more locations. It's not, you're just wandering around empty environments. It's beautiful. the only knocks I really have against it are sometimes there's occasional and very rarely dumb AI that you can lead off a cliff or something, which it's very rare, so it's not a big deal. Or there was one time where there's like a stutter in the frame rate, and it wasn't even during a battle. So overall, it just wasn't a big deal. And like I said, it's probably one of the... I've been staying up... I have insomnia anyway, so I stay up late playing games. That's why I'm able to play so many games, get through so many games. And
so do I.
Yeah, it's keeping me up 3, 4 in the morning, and games just don't do that for me. Like, I usually have to do something else, but I just couldn't pry myself away from this game. I have other games to play now to review, and I still want to come back to it. And yeah, I just could not recommend this game more enough. It has an easy mode. You can hop into multiplayer very easily, take out bosses that way, and yeah, it's the total package. You have to be invested, but it's an investment well earned and well worth your time. And that's my reigning endorsement.
Cool. I want to give a quick shout out. It's not the game of the week, but I want to give a quick shout out to Ratchet and Clank. It dropped on the same day as Dark Souls, and it's a really, really fun game. It came as a big surprise for me and for a lot of people, because we know what Ratchet and Clank games are. We've had a lot of Ratchet and Clank games, but there's something special about this. This is a sort of a reimagining of the first game. There's a lot of the same story beats, a lot of the same places, but at the same time, it's a totally different game. It's built from the ground up. The mechanics are different. There's a lot of new planets. It's told from a different perspective. It's very self-conscious about the fact that it's reimagining and based on a movie that's based on a game. It's also very funny and just fun in general. It's a really good game. You should check it out. It's $40, which it shouldn't be. It should be $60, but it's $40, and it's really, really fun. I've been playing it, and I've been taking my time with it just because of how fun it is, even though that sounds weird. But I play it on short bursts. Every day I put like an hour maybe.
Nine
really
times
fun.
out of 10 that would be the game of the week, but it released on the Juggernaut, which is Dark Souls for me. And I feel like that 10 out of 10 is deserved because it is accessible. Many people say it's too hard. I can't get into it. You don't have to play any other game in the series to get the same amount of enjoyment. They have gentle nods to the other games, which it made me laugh, cry, throw my controller in disgust, effing want to shoot something. But yeah, it was all good. The whole experience was awesome.
Great. So there you go. That's your game and your special Mario shout out.
Mario special shout out.
Yeah, that's right.
So
we have to get a jingle for that.
Yeah. This week, topic of the week is physical games versus digital games. And the reason this is the topic is because I had an epiphany. As you guys probably have noticed, I collect a lot of things, whether it's figures or anime pillows.
Or that nice chair
or
behind
video games.
Nice
or
antique
posters. That I do collect chairs as well, yes.
I do collect.
Yeah, but I collect a lot of things, and I had an epiphany when I was really sick this week. I was sick with the flu, and I was laying in bed, and I was playing Kingdom Hearts, as you do when you're sick, and I realized that I wanted to watch Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, which I have a physical copy for some reason. And then I realized that my body didn't want to move because I was so sick. And so I said, well, shit, what am I supposed to do now? If only Kingdom Hearts was digital, then I could just switch over to Final Fantasy VII Advent Children and watch that. but I couldn't.
And so you just
and so I
like
laid there and I cried.
I could not watch Final Fantasy.
And that was the rest of the night.
And then the next morning I woke up and I was feeling a little better, so I took all of these games that I've never opened or played before, like Tears to Tiara 2, and I brought them all to the local EB Games, and after punching the manager in the face because all of the people on the internet tell me that I should hate them,
So like, hi, how are you? Boom. Okay, so I want to trade in my games.
The internet told me I'm supposed to hate you, so I came
and you
to
got
$1
for all
punch
those
you in the face and give you some games.
Yeah, I got $1, and actually it was. Here, let me tell you how many games I traded in. I actually have this over here.
That's a big receipt. Oh, that's a big
I know,
receipt.
right? There we go.
Holy shit!
Cleaning out the house.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More than 10. More than 10 games. And I got 150.
Not too
160
shabby.
bucks.
That's
somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
so-
that bad, really.
And then I pre-ordered Final Fantasy 15 Deluxe Edition.
There you go.
Of course.
So that was the thing that happened. Yeah. So I had that epiphany, and unless it's a really big game that means a lot to me,
Final
for
Fantasy
example,
15.
Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 15 or The Last Guardian or stuff like that. Those games I want physical, but everything else I will buy digital from now on.
I am an advocate of digital media, of pretty much almost every media, because I just think it's easier. It's just easier. What you're supposed to be, we're lazy people
Most of the time.
sometimes. When you get home, you want to sit in your chair and play video games and not worry about it. And just having to get up and get a disc out, put it in its box, grab another box, and put the other disc in, it's just too much work. It's so much easier to just buy games. It is. It's just much easier to just buy games digitally and push the home button and go there. Plus, if you got a new game, for example, Amazon Prime has the discounts. They give you 20% off new releases, which is awesome. But if you want to play Uncharted 4, you pre-order the game and it's gonna get to your home on May 12th. It's gonna get to your home 2 days after, or a day after. Maybe it gets on time, but it usually arrives a bit late. If you want to get Uncharted 4 on launch day, you probably have to drive to a store and buy the game and get home. If you have digital, you pre-ordered it, and 3 days after it comes out, it downloads to your PS4, and the hour at midnight the day before, you can play the game, and it's so much simple. I love games digital. I only bought 5 physical games this generation, and ever since I've bought only digital. Big games, small
But
games.
all those
I'm all
old
for it.
games that you could trade in, like Himanshu, and get 156 or whatever dollars. Missing it.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I agree with you guys
But
on the whole issue. Digital, that's the way things are going now. You can't look past it.
yeah, digital's way better.
I mean, there's still things they have to iron out with it. Some of the deals you can get physically are better.
Yeah. For example,
Or
the
Best-
Amazon
Best
Prime
Buy.
thing, you get
Best
20%
Buy
off
Gamers
games.
Club, 20% off all new
Best Buy
games,
too.
no matter if it's released that day or a year
Exactly.
after. But they'll catch up with it, and they need the digital plus physical sales right now, and that's why the deals aren't as good yet.
They
But
will.
once the prices start dropping digitally,
Exactly.
then yeah, that's the thing.
And the prices are going to start dropping. And any moment soon, Ubisoft or EA or Activision, one of the big guys, is going to say, you know what? The digital game is going to be $50 or $55. And then competition are going to go, oh, he's selling at $55, I'm gonna say my game at $50, and prices for digital are gonna drop because you don't have to pay for moving, you don't have to pay for the cases, you don't have to pay for the CDs, you don't have to pay.
Yeah.
It's just
See.
a digital key that you get. So prices are bound to go down eventually.
And the whole moving
for
and getting
digital
up,
media.
that doesn't bother me, you know. But it's just like you said, the convenience of having it day one at 12 midnight, right there.
At midnight, you get games. Yeah, I played the Phantom Pain like that. I sat down. The timer was on 1 minute, and as the clock hit midnight, boom, I have my game. And that's
And like Himanshu, I go with
super
physical
awesome.
for the big releases, or if you want a special edition of a game you know you will love. That's the way when to go physical. But yeah, I mean, overall, music, movies, TV, games, it's all going to digital.
Yeah, I go digital on the only media I don't go digital in is in comic books and books in general, because there is a difference between reading
reading on a
a
Kindle.
physical book and reading on a Kindle, on a tablet. On the other things, that doesn't really matter. I occasionally buy physical CDs, even though I already have them on digital. I occasionally do that. Same thing with movies. For example, I don't own that many Blu-rays, but I own every Star Wars movie on a Blu-ray because Star Wars movies are very special to me. But I'm mostly a digital guy.
Yeah,
I like
think
digital
it
stuff.
comes back to
way better.
if you love something, you'll buy it physically, and if it's something you want,
Exactly.
just buy it digital.
Yeah, and I do want to mention the fact that, like, the preload thing, I've only ever done that for one game before,
shoot.
and I was let down. It was Tales of Zestiria, and I preloaded that game, and that game is not very good. So I was...
That's not the fault of preload.
I know,
though.
it's not
It
like
still
the
leaves a
preload's
sour
fault, but
taste.
yeah. It just
That was
hurts
like me
every
for
time.
Final Fantasy 13.
And now I hear, like, oh, you should
I
preload
gotta
this
go
game.
back to that.
Yeah, it's like you should preload this game, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, like movies, I don't really watch movies, but anime I buy Blu-rays, because I'm stupid.
But they also
I
have
should
you
be
also
streaming
get
that
cool
stuff, but
little
I
art
don't.
books and stuff.
But
in
like,
most, yeah, animes.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
You usually with those. That's the thing. Some movies you get special perks for buying them digitally. You get special stuff. With games, you don't really. Manuals get smaller and smaller each time. It's in physical video games, mostly
And to
what
go
it
back
is,
to-
it's just a disc.
Well, just to hit on
So
your point,
you're getting-
the download size. You're not buying the game and getting a smaller download size either. It's basically, yeah.
Exactly, it's the same. I've heard that argument,
it's
and it's like, no,
exactly
you don't
the
know what
same.
you're talking about. If you buy a game on a disc, and if you buy it
You
digitally,
can't
it's
use that as
exactly
an
the same.
argument. That's
There's
another
no
reason to go
difference.
digital.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people use that argument on me, and I was like, dude, I own NBA 2K14 on a physical, and it was 55 gigabytes. It's the same thing as digital. It's the same thing.
Yep.
It's just way easier.
Yeah.
So what?
But yeah,
And
I'm
yeah,
still gonna collect stuff. But just not as many.
So what's
games.
our
Run-of-the-mill
overall?
games.
Well, we know Mario.
I'll still have the big
issue.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
digital.
How about you?
100%.
Himanshu? Certain instances are more digital than physical.
Sure. I guess my one statement would be collect but don't hoard,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And I'm
That's
the
a
same
good
way.
point.
If you love
yeah.
something, you buy it digital, get the special edition statues and whatnot, and everything else, just get it digitally because it's just easier. It makes sense.
It's just easier. it makes
Yep.
makes a ton of sense.
Moving on, we are. This is a very long podcast compared to our other ones.
Well, we did talk about the Neo for like half an hour, so I think
Yeah. But we have a couple more things to hit on really briefly. The obscure PSN title is
I
Unepic.
reviewed this, and it was
Josh,
a
can you
pleasant
give us
little
a
surprise.
brief?
You probably did not hear anything about it. It wasn't highlighted at all in the PSN. But it's about a guy that's playing tabletop games with his friends. Then he has to go and take a piss somewhere. So he leaves in this dark room. He ends up in an actual tabletop type of game. And he gets enveloped by this soul, which thinks it's taking his soul and going to control him, but it just gets stuck inside of him. So it's funny because the protagonist and that soul thing, they have this banter that's pretty funny. It's a comedy, so... And I was surprised at how good the writing was. It isn't cheesy. It's actually... I laughed out loud a few times with it, but it's pretty deep dungeon crawling RPG. There's a lot of things you have to keep track of, like your torch meter and hoarding items, sharpening stones, magic powers, and things like that. And yeah, I thought it's not a great game, but you could go worse if you have some extra cash and want something a little deeper. And it's on the Vita and PS4, and yeah, I recommend it.
There you go.
And moving on, we have any site, feature, articles, and reviews that you're interested in sharing. Before we get into that, I just want to take a little brief moment to talk about EGLX, which is going to be happening in Toronto on the 29th to the 1st, if I'm correct. And actually, I will check this beautiful app that we launched for EGLX just right now. So if you go over to your iTunes store, you can get the this lighting's fucking awful.
There's
it
nice
doesn't
view.
look like that in
Yeah.
real life. You can actually there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, so you can get that EGLX app and go buy tickets. Come see me. Come see Jason.
The
who
biggest
is our
thing
boss's
happening in
boss.
Canada.
And
Check it out.
yep, and it's going to be cool, and there's going to be panels and games and game devs and game personalities like Meg Turney and Erica Sabo. They're going to be there, and so yeah, come on down and tell Jason to give us a raise.
And hug
Rub
him.
his head.
If you see
Yeah.
him, hug him. Just out of the blue.
You can do two things. One, you can rub my head.
Exactly.
Or two, you can punch me and tell me that I'm wrong about Rockstar. But you have to do
Exactly.
one of those things.
One
When
of
you're a
those. You
bloody
have to
pulp on the
choose
ground,
in the moment.
say, we told you so.
He's gonna be beat up on the main stage. He's gonna be just dead, lying there dead.
No, because I know in the bottom of your hearts, every gamer out there knows Rockstar is overrated.
Everybody, and you
I
have
have
to
to
even
look
their
into
into
my
hearts.
your
soul
heart.
for
You
this.
know Rockstar is overrated, dude.
And I'm not finding it. I'm not finding it yet.
I have to do a lot of soul searching. Yeah, I can't find it. I love Bully.
But yeah, that's about it for the podcast today. Is there
Like I
anything
said,
else that
I've
you
been
guys
working
wanna
on
talk
reviews like crazy. Dark
Oh,
Souls
okay.
3, Enter the Gungeon. I'm going to be writing one for Severed. What's the other? Alien Nation and Party Hard. Those will be coming out whenever. Like I said, I have plenty of time. I don't sleep that much, so it works out. But yeah, just stay tuned for that.
Great. I'm
Oh.
the news editor, so just check in daily.
Yep, check in daily. And I'm the resident Japanese editor. No, I'm just kidding.
So just Japan.
Yeah, no, but you can check out the review for Senran Kagura in the days to come, as well as a preview for Grand Kingdom. We just received our beta codes for the Yeah, the beta codes. So you can get a taste of what Grand Kingdom is in very soon, and I think the embargo is on the 26th or the 28th. I'm not sure, but come in on one of those days. You should be visiting the site daily
yes,
anyway.
it's an awesome
So-
site.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It is.
That's it, I think.
And
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh. Did Mario, do you watch Game of Thrones?
I do, but I fell off, but not for any specific reason. In like midway through season 4, I'll watch it next week, and I haven't watched it
Himanshu,
since.
you're on your
I
little
just fell
island
off.
there. With many other people. No, it's a great series.
Yeah. The Game of Thrones island.
I read a ton about it though. I haven't watched the show, but I know pretty much everything
Yeah.
that's happened because I read about it, but I haven't watched it.
Just
good
a
show.
shout out to everyone on the Thrones Island. That ending for that episode was so
Oh, God.
fucking freaky, dude.
I saw
It was
that.
so
I
weird.
saw that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's not. What
I'm
I
gonna
wanna
have
see
to. I'm
before
gonna
you
have
go
to
to
see
bed.
this now, even though I have no
Yeah,
clue
it
what's
made
going
me
on.
it made me question.
Oh, it's pretty gnarly.
And honestly, if you just like, I think IGN has
Yeah.
a clip of it. I'm sure everyone has a clip of it. But like, you don't need to know anything about the
Yeah,
show. Like, it doesn't
it's
matter.
out of context. It's just as shocking.
Yeah, it's just as weird.
Oh god, it's just, no, but I've been on a comic binge season lately. I pretty much only play video games and read comics. I haven't watched TV in a long time. I haven't seen a single movie in a long time.
Comic
because
books, yes.
Comic
and I'm
books.
going through Daredevil right
Cool.
now. I'm to episode 11, and I love it. I haven't.
Oh,
Yeah,
have you
season
watched?
2, episode 11?
Are you on
so
season 2?
2 more episodes to go. It's it's fantastic.
What a great show!
for Netflix. Yeah,
It's fantastic. I watched it within
yeah. I'm
a
sort of letting it
weekend,
drag
I
out.
think it's
I've had other
fantastic.
things come up and stuff, but yeah, it's amazing.
No, it's really good. Daredevil is really good.
And have you guys been
I wanna
looking
see
at
that.
the Jungle Book movie at all? Because I want to gather your thoughts on this.
It's really strange. I had zero interest in it, and apparently it's really good. It's had some great reviews. It's had a good box office debut. I'm kind of interested now.
Yeah, Jungle Book was a big part of my childhood. It was my
Me
childhood
too.
was
I watched it
basically-
as a child too.
Yeah, my childhood was basically RuneScape, Maple Story, and Jungle
That
Book.
Mowgli.
And so, yeah, those were the three. Yeah. So I was excited about it, and I'm definitely gonna watch it, and I hope that someone holds me to that because I don't know whether I want to watch it with friends or what I want to do. Like, it doesn't seem like the movie I should be going to
take your
alone because I kinda
take your
look like a
mom
pedophile.
and dad and relive the glory days of
Take my mom.
Watch it with them. Yeah,
There you go. Yeah,
That's a
take
good
your
idea.
mom.
Yeah, I should do that.
it is.
Because I'm being a bald guy with a goatee. You have to
It's not
consider
good,
the fact that people will assume you're a pedophile.
Yeah, that's just what crosses their mind. I'm gonna go to the movies really soon. On the 29th,
Keanu Reeves.
comes out. Have you guys watched Key and Peele?
I've seen.
Have you guys,
skits
any of
with
you,
them,
watched
yeah.
Key and Peele?
Oh yeah.
I love those guys. I never miss the show, and they're making a movie that is just them in sense of how goofy it is. It's about a cat that gets stolen by a gang, and so these two guys who are like have wives and shit go and become gang members just to rescue this cat, and it's really dumb, a dumb plot, but it seems to be great because I love those guys. So I'm gonna watch that, and Civil War
Yes.
comes out soon.
That's the one I want to see.
Very interested in that. I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, as you guys probably know already, I don't like any Marvel movies or Marvel stuff.
Ouch.
Because it's all for children. And that's why I like watching Jungle Book instead.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't watch children's stuff. Let me watch Jungle Book.
But yeah. Thank you for listening to PlayStation Enthusiast Podcast Episode 5. You were ear-orgasmed
Yes.
by the three of us for this past hour and a half. My name is Himanshu Talwar. You can find me on Twitter at SenorBrownCat. It's SenorBrowncat. How about you guys?
So I'm Mario Piacquadio. You can find me at Mario Not Bros on pretty much every social media.
At Minus the Brant, named after the great band Minus the Bear. And yep, you can find me at that name pretty much anywhere.